The city of Baguio City, Creative Baguio City Council, I believe, co-chair, Ma'am Marie Vinostan. May you gonna share with us the activities we're having for Baguio?
Thank you, Gab, and naibag na sama. Nabigat. Kayo amin ako. So, as we prepare our journey towards the 8th year of being a UNESCO Creative City, syempre, i-celebrate muna natin yung 7. And so, this is the 7th IBAGIW Creative City Festival of the city of Baguio in celebration of our designation as UNESCO for crafts and folk arts. And so, this month, excited po kami. Talaga excited kami because there are many events and activities lined up for the whole month of November until December. So mag-uumpisa po tayo sa 8 November, no? Hanggang 8 December. So marami tayong activities. So, nagtataka kayo bakit ganyan ang theme? Inquisitive, disruptive, creative. DTI has already announced, no? Sila po ang leading agency to make sure that the country becomes a creative industry country and that it becomes a creative country known globally in 2030. Too close for comfort, di ba? Kaya sabi namin, I think if we have to be creative country by 2030, we have to begin where? We have to begin in the very foundation of our society. And that is the children. Children are important to make sure that everything goes towards the goals and aspirations of our community. And so we feel that this year, this IBAGIW, we said, we will look at children and we'll make sure that we highlight how we should empower and enable them. Kaya inquisitive. It becomes inquisitive, so our children will be highlighted. There are many events that will feature and make sure that our children get interested in creativity. Disruptive, why? We look at innovation as a means to get out of the box. We've always had creativity ever since. Baguio has, and the Cordilleras for that matter, has always been very, very creative. But we've always been very traditional. But now moving forward, I think we should start to be more progressive without losing our cultural identity. And so we become disruptive and innovative in a way. But remain creative. And so that's the reason for the theme this year. Inquisitive, disruptive, creative. Sorry. And so Alex will provide the details of the values of today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Venus. Sir Alec, kindly.
Sorry.
Or having disruptive of course, let's say hi to the very lovely Regional Director, DOT, Jovita Caron. Good morning to you.
Sabi na lang itong mic kasi use the other yeah, sorry. And just to add, unfortunately we're not seeing the screen. Mrs. Screen. You can see the logo there with the theme. So it has been discussed by Movinos. Actually, it came from a discussion among the members and officers of CBCC as to how we can have a theme for this year, and it's just so timely and very relevant that we started including the children as mentioned. But even then, with the knowledge that is being transferred or given to the children, this inquisitive attitude can maybe given answers that can also be challenged. So nandun yung disruption phase. So sabi na natin, provoke ng ating team. And that is why we have lined up activities that we also not only provoke our creativity, but even our mindset on how to go ahead with go ahead pursuing re-establishing our distinction as a UNESCO Creative City. But before we go ahead with the activities, and many of our fellow panelists here will discuss the details of these activities for this year, I would just like to walk you through our previous humble achievements for the past years, particularly for the past 3 years. Officially, we started the Creative Festival in 2018. But if you remember, we still call it the Entaku, the Creative Festival, that it was the first edition. And then it was in 2019 when we started officially using the new name, IBAGIW. It is a coined term now actually has many different meanings. It simply meant that you being, as we know it, the basis, as story says, the basis of how Baguio was named. This is the Mos, Baguio, and therefore referring to our city in that colloquial term. E being a prefix, a Cordillera prefix referring to someone coming from that place. So IBAGIW is proudly a statement of coming from Baguio. Not only the person, but all of its works, artworks, creativity, and innovations from Baguio. That's why we called it IBAGIW. Nowadays, which I think is a good way to use it as well, it's being used to refer to the people of Baguio. Because we've never had any, actually. We've never had any term for, noong narinig natin Baguioites, Baguio people. So I've heard Mayor using it many times already to refer it to the people of Baguio. So we are all here as fellow IBAGIWs, our people from Baguio, and proudly making and creating new things, innovations that is proudly made in Baguio. That is what IBAGIW meant. And we would like to present that with a new logo, which is every year being done. For many of you who have been following us and know a lot of our artists might already be familiar with the color scheme and the style of the logo. This is actually designed remotely by our well-known mural artist, Benazir Martinez, who is now based in San Francisco, and always asking us how she could still help in spite of the distance. So this is one proud IBAGIW girl who wants to still contribute to our activities here in Baguio City. So that logo is designed representing a character in different forms, meaning in different way of expressing how he can be inquisitive and disruptive and creative all at the same time. Actually, may pangalan yung character na yan, which will be launched during the opening. Hindi ko kaya announce ngayon yung pangalan character na yan. So that is how the logo evolved. It is actually a graphical presentation of our theme. Okay, before discussing the activities for this year, as I've said, for the past 3 years, particularly after pandemic. But mind you, please recall that I think it's only IBAGIW Creative Festival that never stopped being conducted even during the pandemic. It's actually even Mom Venus, who incessantly pursue that we still have the Creative Festival even during the pandemic. But the numbers, of course, will have a different narrative, no, during the pandemic period. So the numbers that I'm presenting now is after pandemic, starting 2021, 20 to 2023, how we progress through the years with the different indicators that we have set for ourselves. Gross revenue is the conservative gross revenue for all of the creative products and services that we offer during that period only, for the months of November until December, because there were activities that we have extended until December. This does not include, this is what I always tell everyone, this does not include the benefit or the revenues that might have incurred by tourists for other services, not necessarily those showcased during our IBAGIW activity. So you know how tourists go, they use transportation, the restaurants, they go to hotels. So those are also part of revenues that we are benefiting from whenever we have activities like this, which is not reflected here. So this is only the numbers that are directly from the sales, or the services that have been rendered during these periods of the festival, November to December. So 2021, it's a humble 14.5 million, 2022, 27.5, and 30 million for 2023. But I would just like to mention that these are not only the products and services happening in Baguio. We've also considered those that are happening outside of Baguio, and the best-selling activity always is the Impagapsa of Department of Trade and Industry, because they are bringing in not only the products of Baguio, but the entire Cordillera region outside of Baguio City during these months of November. So it will happen again this year. So the bulk of that is really those that are being offered outside of Baguio. We are also monitoring how we have reached our audience through Facebook reach and Facebook page visits. And as you have seen, we have been steady in terms of our numbers until last year. And even before we started this year, it is now already increasing in terms of reach. We also created, I would like all of you to follow this new page, a dedicated FB page for IBAGIW 20 Festival. Because in the past, we are using the FB page of the CDCC, or the UNESCO Creative City Facebook page, as our portal for IBAGIW activities. But since we have other activities beyond IBAGIW, that is what we have been using, we thought that we would like to have a separate dedicated page for IBAGIW. So please follow that as our new FB page, and we would like also to monitor how we start to reach our audience on that page. Our participating artists, now this time this is actual, not necessarily only those who are selling crafts, but participating in many forms, like in our activities, the performers, the creative directors, etc. So we are growing steadily from 2021 at 838 and last year at 970. This year, perhaps we'll have a new number, but definitely, as Ma'am Pino said, we would like to see more younger participants. And even the children who will now be featured, or will now be counted as participating artists, even only at inquisitive stage. Support staff are more of the technical and administrative staff rather than creative. These are personnel, even artists before that. These are personnel that are actually being paid. So we would just like to point out that services do not go unsupported. So these are the number that we commission every time for the past 3 years. Supporting institutions, we are steady at almost the same number from 18, 15 to 16 last year. And in our live streaming events, we have recorded live participants increasing 1,000 every year. From 2,000 of 2021, last year it was 4,000 accumulated live participants in our live streaming services. And we are also reaching out to, in terms of promotions, and is gaining PR values of 2021, because after the pandemic, we would like to be more aggressive in promoting. That's why we have a bigger figure. And we have decreased that in 3.2 million because it appeared that we have more organic mileage rather than paid advertising. So we have less than that already. So now we have more organic following. So this is just a glance of what we've achieved so far for the past 3 years, but only for IBAGIW. Okay, and as I've said, creativity does not stop after IBAGIW. It happens all year round, and there are many other activities and other benefits and other accomplishments that we've gained, particularly with the help of CBCC. So now we will go to the different activities. So that's basically the question every year. What is new? What is new this year? Okay, so we will present first the highlights. By the way, we have several activities, also led by other private entities, that were included in a separate calendar. But we would like to present first the more traditional ones. So I'll just use my copy here. Kasi makita niyo ako.
Pareho po tayo mahina ang mata natin, Sir Alec. It's here.
Maybe kasi nakatabi ko sa akin.
Okay, is it being shown?
So I don't know what the audience is seeing.
Okay, sige. Just go on.
There. This is something that's always being looked forward to, not only for our locals, but even national dignitaries who started following our Creative Festival. What is it going to be new for opening day? So in the past years, it's really a spectacle of good shows that can only be experienced and seen here in Baguio City. So this year is going to be entirely different, but of course we have the traditional flow. But in opening our IBAGIW Creative Festival, we thought of bringing together young performing artists. Not only performing arts, but even digital arts. So it's going to be a high-tech show, conceptualized, directed, and to be performed by young Baguio artists, which is going to be separately announced. What is going to be presented there. But it's definitely something different, medyo high-tech siya ngayon. Because nga sabi ni Ma'am, gusto natin disruptive, how our traditional cultural components of our creativity can be merged with new technology. So we'll see that in a performance show in the opening gala. So something to watch out for. And then part of our opening gala is our traditional opening of the contemporary exhibit. Every year we bring in our most distinguished visual artists. And it will be different this time because it will be specially curated by, I think Rocky is here. Is Rocky here?
Rocky's here.
Rocky Kahiga has been tapped. Okay, maganda yan every year, iba-iba. Para iba something different to expect. So they call it Naked City. So we'll see how Baguio has evolved through cross-community migration, indigenous cultural resistance to colonial narratives. So in different visual art forms that is specially curated by Rocky Kahiga. So later perhaps you may also want to ask him about the concept and the details of this contemporary art exhibit. So to be open simultaneously during the opening gala right after the show, this will be at the basement of Baguio Convention Center. And also with that exhibit, we will open a different kind of an exhibit where it will be done here at a smaller gallery. We call this the 2600 Gallery right behind me. It has become a favorite exhibit venue for many of our budding artists. And now we will use it for this year's, actually it is the first, so it is only going to be seen this year, and perhaps hopefully for the next other years. The IBAGIW Imagineers Showcase. Later we can ask Art about more of this, but this is something that definitely be the narrative of the disruptive component of our theme. How our creatives were able to reimagine or reimagineer our crafts and our arts. And this is going to be showcased also during the opening gala. These exhibits, of course, will open for the entire month. Another highlight of IBAGIW will be the Creative Sundays. So we know that Session Road is being pedestrianized every Sunday. We'll make it special for November. So it's going to be exclusive for our creatives. And we ask the help of CBCC and the different sectoral representatives because, and they are all here. Later perhaps we can present them as they will also showcase on Session Road for the 4 Sundays. We have a soft launching pala yesterday. It's a trial period pala, but many of you have seen that already. But the main opening of Creative Sundays will be this coming Sunday. So the different sectors, creative sectors in Baguio City, from publishing, from books, from design to crafts, cultural expressions, performing arts. Ayan, nandyan na lahat sa Session Road, extending up to Carantes, and what's this road now? Carantes, including Calderon. Perfecto, yeah. Yung crossing the Carantes Road, yeah. We make that also part of our celebrations for Creative Sundays. So watch out for that, and I think you might want to invite your visitors who will be our tourists to be coming more during weekends, because this is one of the things that they might want to see. We've asked also our creatives, the designers, to not only showcase but perhaps sell very unique items that has not been produced before. Yeah, kaya disruptive type. Many have not been seen before and only to be seen during the Creative Sundays on Session Road. Okay, so shall I use this instead? Wala pa yung pwede dyan ka na. Pwede mo ka na sa tabi na. Para may sarili kaming screen. Kasi pinatalikod sa amin yung screen. Yeah, we don't know what appears there. So what's next after opening gala? So it's something exciting this Friday. And then of course the Sunday after that and the whole weekend, this coming weekend. So we are now after Imagineer Showcase and the Creative Sundays. Yeah, that's November 10, 17, and 7. Yung Castro after this festival. Yeah. Yung Castro. Yung by next dapat, yung Castro Park. Before Creative Sunday.
Yeah, Castro Art.
So this is something different, conceptualized by the fertile mind of Pampinos. Ito yung small but terrible, small body but very large imaginations.
Okay, speaking of disruption. Alright, this is my new baby. This is my new baby, and I think it is something that is out of the box. It is disruptive. As we know, gastronomy is one of the creative fields of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. Gastronomy. Baguio being a UNESCO Creative Arts of crafts and folk arts is not only that. Baguio is more than that. People come to Baguio for many, many things. And a lot of things are now being fueled by technology, even. And so, I feel that there are many players in the city that begins to draw a lot of attention towards what is interesting in the city of Baguio. And one of them is gastronomy. So gastronomy has become a new interest for many visitors coming to the city of Baguio. And it's being fueled by social media. A lot are being driven by social media. And a lot of these restaurants drive it. And I'm very proud of these restaurants who are homegrown in the city of Baguio and has made names for themselves, not only for what they are, but what they offer. And so this year I felt, why not mix gastronomy with art? And so we're tweaking the Creative Pro, and we're calling it Gastro plus Art Creative Pro. And so we've invited about 11 restaurants who are so popular nowadays to many, many people here. And some of them are here. Can you stand up?
Can you stand up? Representatives of these restaurants who will be participating in the Gastro Creative. Stand up.
I want you to be interviewed also.
Palakpakan man natin.
We have Mountain Man. I don't know if Amar. Platform. They're not just showcasing in galleries or in pop-ups or in other places like Creative Sundays, but now they have a new platform. They're now being showcased in restaurants that are creating interest into the city and into themselves, into the creativity. And so this is something that we are introducing this year, and if it becomes very popular, we will continue and expand to other restaurants that wish to participate. So this year, we will have this map, and in this map, we are encouraging people to go around as a crawl. And then at the end, if they are able to probably accomplish at least eight of the restaurants, they get a prize. So that's important. And each of these restaurants, they have selected a day in the weekend in the month to launch on a private capacity. It's a by invitation only launch, where they will invite their favorite patrons to come, to taste, and to see. So it becomes sensorial. So this is something symbiotic now. So gastronomy meets art in a symbiotic way. They feed each other. So we now have two platforms to make sure that it is driven. It is driven in publicity, in social media. So we have our platform, we'll drive it. Each of the restaurants will drive it. And all of you, syempre lahat ng media, i-drive natin ito para maganda. So this will benefit not only our restaurants, our cuisine, our gastronomy, but also benefit our art. So this is something new. Thank you.
Maybe
So if you want to interview some of the restaurant owners here, you can. And if you want to interview some of the artists that they have chosen, they're here also. I think I see Mr. Bayan, who's here. After this, we'll have an open forum and you can meet them all. Thank you.
I was wondering if they also
Let's
brought
make this formal.
of,
Let's not make this formal.
do they have samples of food we can taste later? Joke lang. Oh, sige,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Okay na?
Thank you. So this will run until December 8th.
December 8.
Yeah.
Sige Sige, let's move on. Sir Alec, thank you, Ma'am Venus.
Thank you. See how impassioned Ma'am Venus is with this new baby. This is something from our MITD, also with our innovation hub, the Baguio Smart City Challenge. So as part of inviting younger creatives, one sector in CBCC is not it's not only digital arts, but technology innovation, so including programming, web design, and all technology-based creative industry. So they will be highlighted with a competition, inviting senior high school and college students to create innovative and digital solutions to urban challenges. So this will be exciting, something that we wanna perhaps see and advocate some of the presented solutions by our younger generations who are into digital technology tools. Also, next is for kids again. So, ang dami natin activities, part of our inquisitive theme, bringing in our younger population to start to become curious and inquisitive. So, second activity is this one, the crafts and folk art competition. This has been a tradition every year, but this year it will be especially for kids. So, kids edition, and of course with mentoring from our seasoned creatives of Baguio City. So, this is something exciting, and the call for participants is now open. Tama ba? So we can, you can register your children in participating for this very unique crafts and folk art competition. And next in line with the kids. So, yun, dami natin for the kids, no? This is specially organized by AFCC, which is the Asian Festival of Children's Content, Circle Philippines. This is not the first time that they are doing this, but they would like to do it here in Baguio City as a creative city in line with our festival. So this is a convergence of all children content creators, not only in publishing but also in social media and in digital format. So meron din cartooning, writing, illustrating, in a seminar and then in a convention. So this will be a 3-day activity, and title is Curiosity. And we will also invite high school participants to start looking at contents where they might be also contributing in creating contents for fellow children. So these are 3 activities for our kids. So meron tayong Smart City Challenge, of course not really kids, but college ones, and then the crafts competition, and then the convention for children's content. So solidifying our intent really to start exposing the younger generation para ma-achieve natin yung 2030 goal ni DTI to become a creative country. Okay? And has been also a tradition every year, part of digital content. The Dapaya, this is the 5th edition, entitled Malikhain, supported by Cordillera School of Digital Arts. And I think si Donna is also here. In the open forum later, we can ask them. Si Sir Raul Botkan is also here. So we can ask them of the details of the Ayan episode 5. And next is the now popular. This is not only the 7th edition, but the 8th edition, because they have editions in between, twice a year. So this will
Yeah. Yes, yes. Sige.
Sige, sorry, dito na kami.
Pagdito.
Pero it's okay. We'll present it for later na lang. Pero for now, yun nga. It's the 8th run of Mandeco Quito. It's still the call kasi ng mga creatives ng Baguio, mga crafters, to still showcase Mandeco kasi may following na. So what's new for this year, with the help of, kinalay na namin with DOT and with DTI and IBAGIW, their support. Meron kami bagong gimmick ngayon, bagong theme. It's going to be Mandeco, immersive and experiential. Ibig sabihin nun, all the guests, all the visitors coming in, they don't only buy the crafts, but they get the chance to try and do the craft themselves bago nila bilhin. Like in our case, parang sa silver crafting, instead of just buying the silver, we could do the silver piece or set. So yung experience nun, it's going to be an active, proactive style ng trade fair, unlike yung passive selling lang tayo. So it's going to be masaya this time. Alive. So, I invite everyone to join Mandeco. It's just going to be 4 days. So, my food and my crafts. Pati yung food, mag-ano rin sila. Magpapa-try rin sila ng artisanal experience na. So, thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir Alec?
Yes, this will be 4 days, no straight. So wala na tayong gap. So one time, big time. 4 days, November 28 to December 1. So towards the end of the month. But prior to that, we have the Pulan Something that is initiated by one of the members of CBCC, our Pasikati Arts group, and perhaps Ma'am Maricar, Ms. Maricar can give us some details of the Pulan sa Arimuan.
Ma'am Maricar Dukyogen, ma'am, kindly.
Yes, good morning. I'm so excited with what we will be offering. Again, the Pasaring artists will be contributing and offering for the IBAGIW 7th edition. This will be in cooperation, partnership actually with BCBC, our friends at BCBC, and then the sister towns. It will be held doon sa Pepat Ilagay Camp, and it will be on November 23. There will be, the sort of activities that we'll be doing there. Will be workshops. What is important will be art talks. The artisan community will be invited to for art talks, various issues that will help improve the community, especially on IP rights, at yun po mga iba. Pero it will be, the artists will coming and doing their works there at the park. So meron din po tayong mga booths where different activities will be offered to the public. And so it will be from morning until the evening para may get together. Then because we also want to recognize that the media has been very important in the in this IBAGIW. They will get together kami sa kanila. So abangan po natin ang November 23. Everybody's invited. And sponsors who meron din, we're asking. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Maricar. Sir Alec?
Thank you, Maricar. After that, the next day, I think this is a Sunday. November 24. Traditionally, this is already our closing event, every Anido night. But we ought not to call it closing day because we are extending IBAGIW up to December. So we are just calling it Anido night, where remember we've opened or lighted the creativity flame during our opening gala. So that will continue to be lighted during this Anido night when we will now recognize not only the winners of the crafts competition but all the other competitions held during the entire month. So this is more of a recognition night, celebrating the success of the different achievements of our artists and creatives, and particularly the kids' achievements, as we would like to focus and center the creative attention to our younger generation. So that will be the Anido night. And After that, so we will have another traditional instituted event in IBAGIW, which is always spearheaded with our ever supportive another light agency, our Department of Tourism Cordillera, which is the DOT Art in the Park, and I think this will be held at Sunshine Park. So notice how our venues will be close to each other para madali na natin ikutan. May exhibit sa convention, meron sa Art in the Park, and then UP Baguio will have the Manteco Quito there. So masarap ibitayin yung mga bisita just within the vicinity. Don't worry, they can park their cars here inside the convention center. So perhaps you can hear from RD Jovi some details of the Art in the Park from November 29 to December 1.
Ma'am Jovi, kindly.
Yes, thank you very much. But first of all, I'd like to greet our audience, mga artists and artisans natin, and also the members of the media, and my co-panelists. Thank you very much for inviting us. And congratulations to the organizers of IBAGIW Festival. This is now the 7th, no? So from the very start, we were there, and all through the years of celebrating IBAGIW, the Department of Tourism has been your partner in also promoting and supporting all the events, no, or components of the IBAGIW Festival. But for this year, as mentioned, we will continue with the celebration or the conduct of the Art in the Park. No? If you go to Google and you put Art in the Park, what will come out there is the Baguio's Art in the Park. So you can try that. So as mentioned, this has already been institutionalized because we want to continue this because we want to show the public that art is for the community. For the visitors and for the public to appreciate. No? So that's why we have to put them in the park. No? So it's not an exclusive thing. So for this year, having known that the Manteco Quito will be showcased at the UP, we opted to also use the Sunshine Park. No? That is how collaboration works. No? We have to put our yung mga events natin para together, para there is going to be a harmony, no? And people can be able to actually enjoy a creative crowd. So from the convention center, there will be an exhibit, no? So may mga exhibits din at the convention center, and then we can ask people to go to UP naman for the Manteco Quito, for the arts and crafts display, no? So, and then they can go to the Sunshine Park, where we will have art in the park, no? So, and we're actually also trying to include the arts of Kidlat Tahimik, which are actually showcased doon sa DOT compound, no? So we hope we can work with Tatay Kidlat para madama yun. And then all the way to the Department of Tourism office, which is also a gallery in itself, no? We have the works of local artists displayed in the office. We also have a DOT gallery, and we have a DOT art park. Also in keeping with the Baguio City's designation as a creative city, naka-display din ng mga artworks ng ating mga local artists. No? So just so to mention, yung ating art in the park, there will be 4 areas. Yung isa, yung prominent A, we will have prominent A, and this will, it's a good thing that it was mentioned, we will have outdoor creative expression workshop for children. No? So we believe, and we also agree that it should start with the children, yung creativity. No? So ang hirap yung mag-upisa ka pa lang ngayon eh. It has to start while they are still young. So let's already inspire them, let's give them a platform so that they can express themselves. No? And marami dito sa Baguio, marami sa mga schools and schools and yung mga even our out of school youth can also join. And we will have an on-the-spot community mural painting. So it's going to be a co-creation activity. No? No? So it's not just a display, but a co-creation. So anyone can volunteer to be part of the mural painting. So this is going to be along Sunshine Park, or within Sunshine Park. And then yung area 2, we will have open air exhibits. So we will have the light boxes as you have seen in previews. Syempre papalitan natin yung mga artworks na i-display natin doon. And then we will have the bio profiles and portraits of local photographers also will be featured yung mga works nila in light boxes. And a centerpiece artwork by woodcarver Christopher Atimon, and installation art piece by Clint Anniversario. And we invite other artists na pwede rin naman silang sumama. No? And then we will have curated art exhibits and demos by some of our artists, sina Mike Segundo, sina Sigrid Bangyay for pottery. So not just within Baguio, but also yung mga artists din natin from all over Cordilleras. And then we'll have knitting, crocheting, because yung knitting and crocheting, naging part na yan ng Baguio's art scene, so we will include that. And then wearable or art community, hand-painted, tie-dyed apparel. And then we will have also performances. Because Sunshine Park may stage na doon eh. If you remember, we have a Kalasag mural also there in commemoration or in recognition of all our yung mga kalasags natin or shield natin during the pandemic. So perhaps we can also enhance that, and we will have performances on stage. So, and then of course, as I mentioned, yung DOTCAR Art Park will also have demos of artists. No? So that's going to be the details on the DOT art in the park. So more and more every year, madami tayong artists na involved in this art in the park. So hope you will also visit, and let us support all our artists and artisans. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Ma'am Joby. Sir Alex, still have more activities to share.
Yeah, thank you very much, RT, our always ever supportive DOE. And what's going to be different again this year is a different community-based activity. I think Architect Donna here can give us a backgrounder of how we started it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now it evolved. Because in many of our participation internationally, this is something that UNESCO wanted to see. How creativity and innovation trickles down to the community in terms of improving their community and of course improving their quality of life. So napaka-exciting ito, and this will be discussed extensively more by Architect Donna, our City Planning and Development and Sustainability Officer.
Ma'am Donna, kindly.
Thank you. Good morning po to everyone. Indeed, this is the 3rd year of our barangay placemaking projects. But this year po, we did a bit of tweaking because this time it is with Sangguniang Kabataan. But to give context to this activity, we've been going around the city po, conducting a lot of public consultations regarding our updated comprehensive land use plan and comprehensive development plan. And part of that is, of course, the crafting of our new city vision. And our new city vision is Baguio 2043, a livable, inclusive, and creative city. So these are actually the elements of what makes a city creative. It should be livable, it should be inclusive, and of course, it is creative. So livability is something that we need to look into, most especially in our communities, because as everyone knows, we have a lot of challenges, a lot of global challenges in the city. And of course, it's not just the local government that does the solutions, but this time we go to barangays and together with the Sangguniang Kabataan, we are engaging them to become solutions makers as well. So this year, we call our project Dugan, place because this will be the first cohort of 25 barangays there sa Tunayang Kabataan who will now become placemakers. So we have developed a 14-module training with them, and one module is on barangay stories. That's about the heritage, the cultural aspects of their barangay, and of course, the stories that the old people have regarding their barangay. So what we did with the SK is that they went to interview a lot of the older people in their barangay just to bring out ano po ba yung mga stories ng mga barangay nila. And when they came back, we already asked them to articulate it in the form of a mixed media. And this time po, we have artists who will be mentoring them. And on November 29, we will be showcasing their works at the University of the Cordilleras. So you will see po how they look at their barangays in the form of these stories. So yun po yung makikita nyo in the form of a mixed media. We're trying to enjoin them to also do a theater presentation, pero medyo shy po sila. So I think we will put more effort on their mixed media. So ito po is the first of its kind na this time around we are creating placemakers in the barangays. And since 25 barangays na po ito, that means that it will take us like 5 years to capture the 128 barangays in our city. But it's a good start already po because 25 barangays will be competing for the placemaking challenge. So that means po that they will again articulate that art form into something physical in their barangay. So paano nila gagawin isang special place sa barangay nila yung art form na yun. It will be the form of a challenge. So that means po that the prizes will be for them to implement that placemaking project. So by next year po, what we will showcase in the next IBAGIW are their articulations of art in their barangay and the next cohort po of barangay placemakers. So yan po ang aming handog ngayong IBAGIW ang 7th year. Thank you very much po.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Donna. Sir Alec, do we have more activities?
Yeah, we have a lot more, but Gabby, please indulge me by
Yes.
giving the mic to RD Juliet because we would like to recognize also the support of DTI ever since, particularly with capacity building. And now they have several national programs at hindi kinakalimutan ng Baguio. Kasi pioneering naman ang Baguio. And we would like to ask RD Juliet to share with us activities from DTI that we have already conducted, actually some of them na, in Festa Hiraya. And the forthcoming Ipakabsat, and as I said, that major income generating for many of our crafters. And the current ongoing Bunsod-Bunsad project, in partnership with CBCC actually, and perhaps after her, Sir Art will discuss more about the Imagineering Bunsod-Bunsad project. So RD.
So RD, Juliet Lucas, DTI car. Ma'am, good morning. And
Is this on?
yeah, sige ma'am.
Thank you, Sir Alec, Sir Gabby. I would like also to greet our creative stakeholders in the city. Ang vibrant. It's really very vibrant community. So the Department of Trade and Industry is always supportive to that, to creatives, because we now call that a very big industry na it becomes international in scope. Wala pang passport yan, di ba? Yung mga tao need that to have passport to be able to enter the international scope. And I'm so happy that while DTI focus on putting creatives as an industry, as a business, and gathering enterprises into the loop, and noting the economic benefits of this industry to our stakeholders, our creative community in Baguio puts a lot of value in the different art products and different works that we have that we do with our hands. No, the stories that you tell, the background, and the origins. They mean a lot to the value of the creative artwork that we, or the works that we do. I remember one time a very small exhibit that I attended in September, or that was in October. I asked Marge here, why will I buy that small painting, which is a desktop and nature? Sabi niya, you can just stare on that and break from work and you will be rejuvenated. And true enough, that is actually very true. So we will see the benefit pala of these works, not only to individuals, but not only to the economy, but also to the personhood of all of us that are appreciating creative. So for the Department of Trade and Industry, we just had the Fiesta Haraya, which is a creative festival, but it's regional in scope. So for 2023, we had the mapping and profiling of what the creative industry looks like in our region. Of course, with Baguio City being the creative city for folk arts and craft, anchoring and pulling in all the other areas of the region and making it a showcase of our creative industry. So, last year we had the profiling. This year we brought out the works of the creative domains. So we had the Core Diseño, which is a challenge of designers bringing out their creativity in our fashion accessories and wearables. And of course, we want more participation. If we continue with that, next year, hindi lang sana 22 ang participants, kundi mas marami pa, para mas maraming lalabas. We also have the CHORD, C-H-O-R-D, Cordillera Songwriting Contest. And my God, we had beautiful songs, nakakatindig balahibo yung mga pieces that they have portrayed during the Haraya. And you know, even this is I just realized that Sisiwit, a very popular song done by our Cordillera musician, is very popular, and the author is not that popular. So he was there and he made another song. So sabihin ko, we have to look at the copyright of that one so that it will already be out for usage. Kasi tingin natin, gamit tayo ng gamit sa mga art, sa mga works na ito, pero we are not giving back to them. Sana we should also recognize them with some royalties, no? And then we also had the contest of digital poster making contest, because October was also the Consumer Welfare Month. And the kids, for the first time that they work on digital animation or digital arts, they did beautiful posters. Likewise, photography that is portraying or giving a lot of information of our area to the world is also one thing to see. And with all of those that came into fore, nakita natin that there's a lot of domains that we can offer from the Cordillera. The law that is supporting creative industry, which is being implemented now, is the Philippine Philippine Creative Industry Development Act. And there is fund that is supporting that, and that is what we are implementing. No? So we do that annually, and through this, we hope our creative industry will become more prosperous. So we are also going to have the creative content workshop on November 9, 8, and 9 here in Baguio. Please look at the posters for that. I didn't memorize the date already, given you know. So it will also be still a part of the Creative Festival Fiesta Haraya. And then on November 15, that is in Alabang, Muntinlupa, please invite our networks, all our networks, wherever they are, because we will again be exhibiting and showcasing our crafts and visual arts at the venue there at the Festival Mall. So there were 60 participants from the Cordillera that signified, and 60 booths rather, but 80 participants sa IBAGIW. We will also be showcasing there the new products that were developed from the design competition, and of course the performers will also be going there for the performances. And with that, with all of these activities, we also have Lunsod Lunsad, which is our support to Baguio City Creative, that is under the PCDA law. And we are providing funds for the city for them to implement their proposed activity for creatives. And for this year, it is product development. That is in support to the request of our very own mayor, who said, let us bring out souvenir items that are with intricacy, that the craftsmanship is with intricacy. So if it has to be with the use of technology, then that's what we're looking at now, because some intricate activities with our art, although the mind is very creative, our hands cannot really do it, especially for tiny items, no? For tiny items. So yun, we are looking at what will happen with the product development workshops to be conducted under the Lunsod Lunsad, and of course, we are excited with the prototypes that will be coming up, because that will be all done by the Imagineers of Baguio City. Imagineers, the artists themselves here in Baguio City. So that's all. We have the Fiesta Haraya, Lunsod Lunsad, IBAGIW are the three big events that we are doing to flourish the creative sector of this city. No? So we have always been a part of this, and we will continue to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, RD Juliet Lucas. Sir Alec?
Thank you, Artie. Perhaps we can pass on the mic to Sir Art Tibaldo to speak more about the Lunsod Lunsad project in partnership with THAMS International, the Imagineering.
So that's a new word, no?
Imagineering.
Imagineers style, Imagineers. Okay.
By the way, I'd like to mention that the Creative Baguio City Council has 9 clusters. So Maricar is with the books of publication, Romels with crafts, and we have here Mars and John Nard of CVCC. They are in charge of the design and also for crafts. We also have, of course, Lizelle. Now, on the part of CVCC's, we have a banner project. It's called the Imagineering. So what happened was, we had a workshop in La Union. Then this was followed with a training conducted by THAMS International. And the participants are now called the Baguio Imagineers. So what are these? This has something to do with creative disruption, creative placemaking, creative industry, and upcycling. Look, I'm wearing a tinalak, and tinalak is from the Tivoli tribe, and it's made into a vest, functional vest. It's a kind of disruption. Like we do have cultural artifacts like the guaya. It's made of metal. It's a disruption. I'm wearing a hood, parang ito, balabal to, so I can wear it as parang an accent point. So, on November 8, from November 8 to December 8, we will transform the Gallery 2600 into a showroom for creative disruptions, products of Baguio Imagineers. So, right now we are working on these items, these creations. So, abangan na lang ninyo. So, it's something for, we are known for a lot of disruptions. The biggest was the July 16, 1990 earthquake, of course. And then we had the pandemic. Now we artists, nag-iisip na tayo ng mga makaka-disrupt. So, it's going to be, the Imagineering will be a byword, creative disruptions, and abangan na lang po ninyo. By the way, for Creative Sunday, we will also showcase another disruptions. We call it the Reto Bar. It's going to be a fashion, fashion runway by the designers themselves. So you come, you make your own OOTD, outfit for the day, out of Reto Bar. Reto Bar is upcycling. So, isa na naman po itong aabangan.
Thank you, Manong Art. Have some more before we go to our Q&A. Yes, again. Ma'am Juliet.
Yes, because creative cuts across all sectors. So the works of the creatives is on daily basis exhibited at our auto hubs, in the region, all over the region. So we have the auto hub of Baguio here, and the cafeteria there. So upper session road, that's every day. So your products can also be exhibited there. And we are launching it also as a learning site for creatives. So you can have venue there for your workshops and so forth. Now the second floor of the CBCC will form as part of your creative venue. And for this November at the Impact Hubsat, we are launching not only because we have done it physical every year, but this time it will be online, so that our catalog, the products that we exhibit there will be in a catalog, and it will be exhibited on a platform where buyers can see and negotiate with the different producers. You are also welcome there to exhibit, make it as a gallery for your artworks also. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Unless if we have more announcements, we will now go to our Q&A. Our friends will be there. Okay na? Yes. Okay. Yes. So, Ma'am Duluan, yan. Ma'am Lizelle Duluan, CBCC Sector Representative on Literary. Sige, ma'am. Good morning to you po.
Good morning. I'd like to share more about the AFCC convention, which is the Asian Festival for Children's Content. There's an active invitation for everyone to come. It's not just for writers, illustrators, or anyone who's interested in book writing and publishing for children. It's also for reading advocates. So we are also inviting parents to come and also see how to better tell stories to their children and also advocate reading to their children. So we actually have a press material for you. I've given it to Grail already, so she can distribute to everyone. The material also has the QR code for joining and registering in the conference. So it's November 21 to 23 here at the Baguio Convention Center. And apart from local authors and also local publishers and illustrators like Thor, Salu, Christine, and Belen, we will also be having speakers from Singapore and also other parts of Asia. And the theme for this second convention is curiosity, which falls within the theme of IBAGIW this year. So please watch out for the email with that press material so you can learn more about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Duluan. Ma'am Venus, I think, regarding sa ikat yata. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so marami na kayong materials today. I think a lot of us have given you a lot of information already on the highlight activities for IBAGIW. And so to cap the festivities, I want to present now the World Ikat Textile Symposium. I'm very happy that Art has already worn ikat. Those of you who know ikat, do you know what ikat is? Ikat. Ikat is a very traditional way of weaving. It is not only present in the Philippines, it's present globally. Ikat is a way of dyeing and tying it dyeing the threads. The threads, and then you dye it with natural dyes. This is the kind of weaving that has been passed on traditionally. It's called ikat. Ikat is present in many countries in Southeast Asia, in Asia mostly, in Japan, in Korea, in Russia, in Latin America, even in the United States for some in some areas, and in the UK, in Australia also. So World ICAT, okay, it is coming to the Philippines. The symposium is coming to the Philippines. When it first started, it was organized by the World Crafts Council, was first started in 2016 and held in the UK, in London. And so in 2017, countries like Malaysia, in Kuching, Malaysia, in India, in 2017, and in 2018, it was held in Thailand, and then in 2019, it was held in Indonesia. So it rested for at least 3 years because of the pandemic. And so we were invited as a country, invited to host the World ICAT Textile Symposium. And rightfully, here in Baguio, being a UNESCO crafts and folk arts city. And so we're very happy and excited to be hosting an international event called the World ICAT Textile Symposium. We are proud of this because Cordillera is also proud of our ICAT tradition, especially in Ifugao, Mountain Province, and some parts of Nueva Vizcaya, like Isanay. In Mindanao, naku, ang dami dyan. Tiboli, the Tiboli, like maybe you can stand up, Mr. Art. This is an art form traditionally done by the Tibolis in Cotabato, in Lake Cebu, in Cotabato. It is also being done in parts of Davao del Sur, the Bagobos, the Mananaos in Zamboanga, so many places in Mindanao do ikat weaving. In fact, we are honoring a lot of ikat weavers. We call them master weavers, and they're all gamabas. These are all our living tradition weavers that are coming also to the city of Baguio, and we're honoring them. The World ICAT Textile Symposium will bring together countries coming from even Russia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, countries like Uruguay, and in India, and many other countries are coming. There are about 30 speakers coming for the symposium, and a lot of designers. Because the World ICAT Symposium have many components. We have the symposium, we have exhibition, World ICAT Textile, we have workshops, and there's a fashion show. And there's a bazaar. So there's so many things to look forward to. A lot of these countries are bringing a lot of their ikat materials for a bazaar. So it will start December 3 up to December 6. So our festivities for IBAGIW really runs towards this World ICAT, which caps the festival. So that's the concluding festivities of IBAGIW. So watch out for all of these events. So we're very excited to present all of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Venus. Sir Alec, maybe you can introduce some of our distinguished guests we still have here.
Yeah,
Baka pwede rin tanongin mamaya, ano sila?
Yeah, before Q&A, because you might want to ask also the others who are part of IBAGIW. We'll start with the gastro art is really a bringing together the best of gastronomy here in Baguio City. So we will have also in gastro art, we have Amare La Cocina.
Tayo kayo.
Are we here? Yes, the Amare, and their featured artists will be Jordan Mamusan and Gilbert Alberto.
Are they here?
They are here.
Jordan, Sir Gilbert.
And then part of the crawl will be Le Chef at the Manor. Their featured artist is the Mighty Buttons.
Le Chef. Palakpakan naman natin. Come on.
Care of Kabunyan Teguia, Rocky Kahigan, and Francis Alincayon, and Irene Bauer Bibuya. They will be part of the showcase in Le Chef at the Manor. By the way, Rocky here, as I mentioned, is our curator. Of all of this, Gastro Art showcases, including the Naked City Contemporary Art Exhibit. Canto Bokchi Joint will feature Dulce Munar and Hermie Bruno. Hermie and Cara Bruno. And we'll also have Chaya, who will feature Leonard Aguinaldo. And then we have the gallery by Witchcraft to feature Claire Torres and Edgar Panasa. Do we have people from the gallery here? Then we have also Gypsy Baguio by Chef Waya to feature Mayatan Handicrafts and Joey Sing Sing. We also have the Curious Coffee Company at G1 Lodge. So that they will feature Roland Bayan, Johnny Bengao, and James Mamosan. Rebel Bakehouse, I think they're here. They will feature Clinton Aniversario and Romy Caracteres. We'll also have the Atelier de Dugran to feature Marlene Gulayo. This is the French bakery. Oh My Gulay will feature Pincel through Duday Maranan and Julius Lubique. We also have Mountain Man to feature Carlo Villafuerte. Is Carlo here? He made this actually for me. He will have a lot of this available for IBAGIW. And Perry Mamaril. Yes, there will be a lot for Mountain Man. We also have here Miss Donna and Raul Boncan. They will feature the Dampayan 5th episode. Architect Jonard will also have the Creative Futures in the public library. So the media may want to ask them also what perhaps they can offer during these different exciting events for IBAGIW Creative Festival.
Thank you. Again, we thank all of the private sector that are supporting IBAGIW, the 7th edition of IBAGIW. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta talaga. And so, yes, okay, Q&A.
Okay, let's now go to the Q&A. Before everything else, I'd like to acknowledge, of course, the President of the Baguio Correspondents and Broadcasters Club, Tom Picania, for Amianan Polita. Okay, we'll start with Liza about the Philippine News Agency. So sa Q&A tayo, sa Q&A na po tayo. Dito na lang, Liza.
Media. Ikat.
Of the Philippine News Agency.
Good morning po sa mga panelists natin. It was mentioned a while ago that the focus of what we want to do for Baguio or in Baguio or in Cordillera as a creative area or creative region is to concentrate or give the children a chance, maybe know what kind of activities are in line specifically for IBAGIW and also from the DOT and also the API activities for the children, for them to appreciate arts.
Ayan, so children, okay, specifically. Okay, Sir Alec?
I think I mentioned many of them already when we were presenting the different activities. Now, primarily, yun nga, yung convention of AFCC or the Asian Festival for Children Content, which is entitled Curiosity. So that will be held from November 21 to 23. We're not only inviting content creators for children, but also young creators. So they can start knowing and exposing themselves to what they want to have as part of content or in terms of content. We also have the Crafts and Folk Art competition this year inviting children from ano yung age bracket na natin dito sa crafts competition? Yeah, 8 to 12, then 13 to 17. So yan po yung age brackets competition natin for arts and crafts competition. In the past, no, for the previous years, ang ating crafts court competition are for the adult crafts makers or craftsmen, crafts people natin. So ngayon, we ask the children to do their own craft, mentored of course by our seasoned crafts people. And then for the medyo college students na senior high school, we have the Baguio Smart City Challenge, which is a competition in introducing innovative solutions to urban problems. So ito naman nasa digital and technology sector. And lest we forget, of course, yung CPDO project na placemaking challenge, spearheaded ito by the SK or the youth barangay members. Sila ang mag-propose how they create public spaces into a communal space for creativity, no, and innovation. So yun ang makikita natin doon sa Barangay Placemaking Challenge. Si Architect Jolar, meron siyang future barangay, the Creative Futures Discovering Art and Design Workshop. I think this is also geared towards the kids, no? Creative futures. So they are one sector in CBCC. So ito yung pag-IBAGIW lang in our desire to help achieve yung goal ng Philippines 2030. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Venus, we have to start with the kids. This is just the start. We will have more programs. Sabi nga namin, CBCC works beyond IBAGIW. No? So after IBAGIW, there might be activities for children that we continue with the support, of course, of DTI.
Okay, we have a follow-up, Ms. Lisa.
Are these activities free?
Yes, definitely free for the kids, no, for the children. Yung conference, I think, no, yun yung convention for adults na tagagawa ng content for children. Yun ang may fee. But for children wanting to participate, it's free. All of this, even yung placemaking challenge, yung Smart City Challenge, yung crafts making natin is also free. As a matter of fact, may prize pa sila. If they prove to show something worthy to be showcased as a product of the children.
Thank you po. Kay Ma'am Juliet, Ma'am, do we have specific budget for children activities?
Thank you for that question. We have to clarify that for DTI, our clients are enterprises, right? And those who start with enterprises are 18 and above. So to have a registration with business name and so forth. And for that, more of our intervention or assistances is towards youth from 18. So that's why we have Youth Entrepreneurship Program. And by the way, may I announce the Young Creative Challenge, which is a national competition. 1 million po ang prize noon. So please look at our Facebook page for the details and how to apply on that challenge. So yun po ang ating nabibigay sa ating mga stakeholders, the medyo older individuals.
Is that 1 million yen?
Pesos.
Pesos.
Salamat po. I'd like to take advantage of the presence of Director Jovi. Ma'am, kumusta po after Christine and Leon? Kumusta po ang ating mga tourist destinations and may mga kailangan po bang ayusin, gawin para makarecover tayo?
Thank you for that question. During the Typhoon Christine, our role was really to monitor yung mga damages of our tourism attractions, tourism sites all over the Cordillera, and also yung mga stranded tourists. Unfortunately for us, wala naman tayong stranded tourists in the region, no? And meron tayong reported damages lang. But now we already coordinated with them, and also through the DTI's yung SB Corporation, kasi for them to access yung mga loan packages. And we can actually endorse them to DTI or to SB Corp. And also, we're now designing a project through the Tourism Promotions Board to assist enterprises who are affected by typhoons, no? Kasi year in and year out, meron tayong mga ganyan. And we will be submitting our proposal kasi based on the submitted reports to us, ito yung sasabit natin sa Manila for some assistance, no? So we'll be announcing it later. No? So thank you. But I'd like to add, going back to the IBAGIW Festival, because you were talking about the children, no? As mentioned kanina, yung Art in the Park will also be involving children. So this is more of visual arts, but we hope that we can be able to also include yung crafts making, kasi very important talaga yung crafts making. Kasi, you know, tourism kasi is actually always the end user of all of this creativity, no? Like the merchandise that we give for mga PR, ganyan, to promote also the region, Baguio City, and all the provinces. That's why when I went to the Haraya, I was looking at all the products there, and then we always look at nasaan yung branding niya. You know? So it's important to see where they came from, or kung sino yung artist na nandun. Kasi that's what we always emphasize, because we cross-brand. Like, we give away all of these products, but they should be representing Baguio, they should be representing the Cordillera as a whole. Kaya dapat nakikita doon Cordillera Philippines, or Baguio City Philippines, Kalinga, and all others. So I think I just mentioned this kasi to also guide yung mga crafts makers natin, no? So, and something that's really meaningful, no? Kasi since the Department of Tourism is promoting yung experiences, no? And people or tourists or visitors are always looking for something new, no? And I think it's also inspiring more artists to become more creative. Kasi if we don't follow the trend, isa na pag-iiwanan. No? So we really look at the interest now of people looking for something good, something meaningful, something yung may narrative, no? And something sustainable. No? So that's the role of tourism in all of this. So I just want to mention that. Thank you.
Mabalikan po, maybe daw po ano po yung reported damage on
Meron tayong
destinations?
Meron tayong reported damages on rice terraces, meron yung mga collapse sa rice terraces, and then meron din tayong mga reprops ng mga tourism establishments natin or tourism sites natin, mostly from the provinces, yung sa Kalinga and Mountain Province.
Ang huli po kay Ma'am Venus, Ma'am, are we seeing, kasi when we were kids, siguro when you were kids, when I was a kid, ang schools natin, meron tayong mga crafts na ginagawa sa school. Are we seeing a revival of these activities as part of the curriculum of the DepEd?
I hope so. I cannot speak for them at the moment, but if they see, if they see that we are initiating something like this, I think it encourages them. So I think this is something that I can probably discuss also with DTI, because I think this is important. The education of children, really, especially when it comes to creativity, should be part of the curriculum. And yes, nung araw, yung mga home economics, yung mga knitting, sewing, and all that, we were encouraged to do this. And I think that's important to be still part of growing up, and that should be part of their really to be encouraged by DepEd. So I think with what we are initiating now, I hope that DepEd will with the new secretary and the secretary's wife is very much into creativity. I think this could spell a new resurgence of creativity, is a big part of the educational process.
Thank you, Lisa. Mark Laman of, I think, the Sentinel. Kunin mo na lang yung mic dyan, pare. Yeah, then stay there, siguro. Sige, Mark Laman. The next, yung mga kasama rin natin sa social media.
Hello.
Can join us also.
Hello. Thanks. Ma'am Sir, I just wondering po kasi dumarami po sa ating mga creative, lalo na sa wedding. Katanungan lang po kayo Sir Art po, regarding po sa outfit niya ngayon. Originated po ito sa Cordillera. So, then talagang creative po ito. And then, kung para kasi may pagka-similar din sa mga yun po.
Sige, Mark.
Itong bread is fine ardas. So, sinusuto para sa makikita kung ano yung tsura ng ikat. Mas para po ito what ikat is all about. Ito naman best is, as mentioned by Co-Chair Venustan kanina, yung material is tinalak from the Tiboli tribe sa south, southern Philippines. So, hindi ito native Cordillera. But we can actually become similar out of Abaca. Sa mountain province, Barikat. They are now propagating Abaca. Pero the concept really is the ikat. So malalaman ninyo pagdating sa word ikat. Yeah. It's more of tie-dyeing. Yung pagpunta ka sa Nardas, sa Tuglay, nakita mo paano nila kinukulayan through tie-dyeing. Ito yun. So this is Cordillera, this is Tigori.
Kasi kung dinadaan sa dahil, hindi po nagkakaroon ng parang epekto yung nagkakamantya, sting, kaya nasisira agad yung ano yung...
It's, ano naman natin, time-tested na, ano, sa mga weavers, alam na nila na, ano, like, yung mga natural dye na ginagamit sa abra, tumatagal naman, when it comes to dye.
So, sir, yung mga disenyo na, iba-ibang disenyo na, sir, dito sa ano natin.
Designs?
Yeah.
Well, alam mo naman yung mga artistic and different designs concept na aakma sa kanilang kultura. Ito naman yung kultura to ng Timori. That's why I wore this parang ano lang, bigay ng ehemplo ng tinatawag natin ng disruption, imaginary. So, pwede natin ipag-dikit, pag-mix ang isang dalawang bagay, makakapit na different product. Yun yung konsepto ng creative disruption.
Yung idea po sir, kung magkano ang presyo ng atin yung klase?
Kuha ko lang ito sa auction.
Okay. Okay, thank you, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mar. Do we have more questions for our panelists? Do we have more questions? Yes, ma'am, your name na lang siguro and the outfit or the vlog you represent. Let me know. Dito na.
I write about food and culture. Discussions we've had in amidst people that advocate gastronomy, Philippine gastronomy, and the Reading Gamboa Food Writing Award and the Food Writers Association of the Philippines. Is I would like to personally ask if our city, if there are moves to enter po yung Creative City for Gastronomy. Is there something like that? Because one of the discussions we've had with Ige Ramos and Felipe Santa Maria and all of the other food writers who've been writing about food for longest time has something to do, that award or that distinction has something to do with food waste, food processes, not just how good food is in a place, but it involves the whole ecosystem. And I think we qualify. So I'm just really excited to ask if there's a move for that po. Anyone, Ma'am Venus?
Yes, okay. Let me answer. Maybe the other panelists may have their own opinions too. But I think, well, gastronomy, as we are evolving at the moment, Cordilleran gastronomy has been evolving. It is now slowly getting recognized and getting wide acceptance. As you know, the UNESCO Creative City for Gastronomy is Iloilo.
Yes.
As in Iloilo. But I think, this is my thoughts, I think that just because we are a creative city of crafts and folk arts, are being prevented from applying to get another designation. And it can be in literature, it can be in film, it can be in gastronomy, it can be in design, whatever. And we have it. We have it. Gastronomy is something that we will aspire for. I think it is a journey. It is a journey. And right now, I see the journey evolving. Way back when I was RD, I looked at Cordilleran gastronomy as something that we can really market in tourism. It is part of the narrative. It is part of why people become interested in a destination. It's because about the stories that you tell, and gastronomy is one of them. And that's the reason why we kept on putting gastronomy into the mix, into the added value of tourism. And that's why RD Jovi already established the mga tako, because it is one way of having people appreciating our gastronomy, our cuisine. So I think it's not far-fetched. I think that our cuisine, our Cordillera cuisine, is very unique, and people are now discovering it. And that has become a cuisine that is being sought after now, even by chefs coming from Manila. So to me, I think it's an evolution, and people will begin to appreciate what we are because it's part of our identity. And to me, it is something not remote. We can.
Okay, maybe in the future we can have
If I
vegan
may
ice
just
cream.
add,
No? Okay, sige.
If I may just add, with or without the distinction.
Yeah, with or without. We get it.
Because it might be far-fetched. No? I think the selection process is dependent also on diversifying the distinctions. Meron na tayo bakit ulitin pa gano'n ang perception ng UNESCO. But as you have seen, yung CBCC itself has already embraced 9 creative sectors. One of them is cultural expressions where gastronomy is. And one highlight of IBAGIW is the gastro art. So with or without that distinction, especially tourism, we always put it forward as part of our asset and a part of our identity.
Yeah, and really to add to the gastro art role, it is important now, the participating restaurants in the gastro art, they are really encouraged to create a menu that has Cordilleran touches, Cordilleran ingredients, Cordilleran flavor. So that's the reason why we are putting this all together. So it becomes really unique, it becomes interesting, because now they're offering something like this. Even if they don't do it on a natural on their own, in IBAGIW during this period they will introduce something that has to do with Cordilleran flavor.
Ayun, pinikpikan pie, pinikpikan ice cream. Okay, yes.
If I may add also, thank you for actually mentioning because gastronomy is part of the creative industry. And for the Department of Tourism, it is actually one of the priorities now, yung gastronomy tourism. And that is precisely the reason. And yung pagiging UNESCO creative city namin ng gastronomy is, I think, should be desired by all. But it needs a lot of work. So, for instance, we have started with mga tako. We really have to bring out all our culturally, yung food natin, yung cultural food natin, and something that we are proud of na pagkain, here in the Cordillera or here in Baguio City. And as I mentioned, it can be a fusion. It should have a story as always, kasi yun naman ang essence of the food. There should be a story behind it. Who are the farmers who made, what are the ingredients and all. And hindi lang government, we're not just talking the food that we eat immediately, also about yung processed food also. So lahat yung chain ng pagkain from the farmers, the raw to the restaurant, and then to the process nila pwede you can sell outside of the region. So and then more research to be, that is where the academe can come in. we need more research on all of the cuisine that we have, on the food that we have here in Cordillera or here in the city of Baguio. And that's what we're going to carry in all of our events. And that is what we can also encourage our restaurants to offer. No? And we're happy here in the city of Baguio because even the Hotel and Restaurant Association of Baguio, in the past, the priority or the highlight has always been international cuisine, no, diba? And now, more and more now, yung HRAP has actually even adopted now the cuisine, yung local cuisine as part of the competition of all the students. And I think that's also a very, very good start, no? So all of the events, of sa academy, the events of government, private sector, etc. I think will carry us towards the goal of becoming a gastronomy creative city. No? So let's work together. And then of course the role of the media, mga vloggers natin, if it's something that you can also promote, para we can be mainstream. Kailangan talaga ma-mainstream. We should really popularize and then also increase the demand for local food. No? So, yun ang ating goal ngayon. So, magtulungan natin. I think it's not something na mahirap gawin for as long as the vision is there, the goal is there, then we can do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.